Good morning. Today is Sunday, May 2nd, 2021. The tragedy at Mount Meron last Thursday night into Friday on Lag BaOmer has reached so far 45 people whose lives were lost, about 150 people who are injured. This is Israel's worst peacetime disaster. And at this moment in Israel, the funerals are ongoing. The verse that many have been quoting, which is so tragically precise, is the pasuk in Eicha, the verse in Eicha, Shavas Mesos Libenu, gone is the joy of our hearts, Nepach le'evel mecholenu, our dancing has turned to mourning. It could not have been more literally true that amid the dancing and celebrating of Lag BaOmer, such a joyously happy day, especially in Israel, turned to mourning. And the fact that this occurred within the context of a religious celebration is just heart-wrenching. Among the 45 that we know of have passed away, at this very moment, I understand, is the funeral in Israel for Dov Steinmetz from Montreal, a young man from Montreal who was a student in the yeshiva, the Mir Yeshiva in Jerusalem. And also on Friday was the funeral for Rabbi Shragi Gestetner, who was originally from Montreal, now living in Monsey, a rabbi, musician, the father of 6. In any situation, especially here, it's important to know what to say. And a person needs to think very long and very hard about what to say. But even more important is to know when to say it. So this is, in my opinion, what needs to be said now. One of the youngest to pass away, Yedidia Chius, age 13, from Bnei Brak. Yedidia, the name, means beloved of God. Chius means alive, lively, filled with life. His funeral was on Friday. And his father said, if Yedidia would have wanted me to say anything, it would be this. We all have something in common. We are Jews. Let's unite. This is the time and the place. You may have seen on CNN on Friday afternoon an interview that was done just before Shabbos started in Israel, so a little closer to midday here. An interview with Rabbi Shlomo Katz. Shlomo Katz is an incredible singer, an exceptional Hasidic teacher. His singing, his music has uncommon beauty and devotion. I have mentioned him to you in the past. Whenever you have an opportunity to hear Shlomo Katz performing, please run to that opportunity. So the interviewer asked this question. I imagine there must be a lot of shock and anger today in Israel. What are you hearing? And here's what Shlomo answered. He said, it's human nature to feel shock and anger when something like this happens. But many of your viewers around the world do not realize this. And certainly the media does not portray this. But here in Israel, we are all one big, complicated family. And when something like this happens in Israel, anger takes a back seat to shared grief and an outpouring of support from everyone. Expressions of comfort, genuine love and care. There are many difficult questions, and the time for them will come. But right now, the only thing that matters is I am your brother. I am your sister. I think the most exquisite expression of what should be said and what needs to be said today was written on Friday by Sarah Tuttle-Singer. And I will share with you just a few of her words. She writes, "There are many things that you get with the cost of living here. But maybe the most important one is that in Israel, everyone cares. It's the way we call each other Achoti, my sister, or Achi, my brother, the way we argue about our place in line, but pay for the other person's coffee. And when it comes to children, they're our children. Even if you gave birth to them, we have what to say about them because we care." I see it today. When the neighbor passed me on the stairs, he had tears in his eyes. He checked his phone and said, "Why? Why? Why?" Right wing, left wing, Jewish, Arab, religious, secular, it all just blurs when this happens. All the lines we draw and the lines that others draw for us just soften when our children are in danger. And even after we hug our own children, there's still this pall of sadness over everything. Even the cars drive more carefully, and there is less honking on the road, less arguing over parking spaces and places in line. And even though the sun has risen over the land after last night, and even though the sky doesn't have a single cloud that I can see from here until the horizon, everything is dark. But at least we are sitting in the darkness together. That's what this moment requires. That we are sitting in the darkness together. My friends, I want to wish you a good day, filled with expressions of sadness and mourning, and also hope and resilience. And I look forward to seeing all of you soon in person for good reasons.